Hey, I'm here with Scott Allie, Senior Managing Editor at Dark Horse Comics. He's here to talk with us about Dark Horse's One Shot Wonders program, which is a series of 9 one-shots that will be released from October to December of this year. So why don't you start us off talking about that?
Okay, well, the idea was to do stories that are self-contained. So many comics these days, you've got to invest in years worth of comics just to get a single story, or you have to buy a company's entire line if you want to read a series like Dark Reign or something. And while I think that's a valid way to do serialized comics, it's nice to get a whole story for the price that we're charging for comics these days. And I also felt like it was a good thing for retailers to be able to get people to try books that maybe they haven't read yet, without having to invest in 5 months and $15 or something like that. So yeah, we thought identifying a bunch of our best titles, our best creators, and getting these single issue samples out there would be a great way to get new readers and to reward people who are already into the series.
Are there any titles coming up that you're particularly excited about?
From this group, yeah, I'm really happy to be getting Sugar Shock out in a single volume, because Sugar Shock was a thing that we launched MySpace Dark Horse Presents with, and it was available. It's still available for free online. The only time it's seen print was in the MySpace collection, which is a $20 collection of a whole bunch of different material. So I think it's nice to be able to get just the story in a single package, along with 14 pages of Fabio Moon's sketchbook material to show how he and Joss Whedon developed the characters and developed the world. So that's the first one, and I'm really excited about that one.
So some of the comics are from ongoing series like Buffy and Hellboy. Are the events in these comics going to affect future storytelling, or are they just more contained to these books?
No, they involve the whole series. Like the Hellboy one-shot is set pretty far in the past. It's by Mike Mignola and Richard Corbin, who had done Hellboy Crooked Man last year, which just won Eisner for Best Miniseries, I think. So that's a story in Hellboy's past, so it won't really influence the current storyline. But like the Willow one-shot, which is written by Joss Whedon and drawn by Carl Moline, that tells some significant new information about Willow and how much of a different character she is from what she was in the TV show. This is crucial information to the main storyline of Buffy season 8. So some of the stories really stand on their own, and some of the stories tie into current events. But the idea is that you can read these stories without having to read the 30 other comics.
Do Kennedy or Tara show up in the Willow one-shot?
Not saying. No spoilers.
With some of the other titles, though, it's things we haven't seen before, like Sugar Shock or Dr. Horrible. Are you testing the waters for new series for these books?
I don't think any of these would count as testing the waters. With Dr. Horrible, this is the first time we're doing a Dr. Horrible print comic. We've done online stuff, but with that, we know there's a market for that. With what's the other one you said?
Sugar Shock.
Sugar Shock, yeah. Like, we know that's going to be a big hit, and we'd love to do new material if Joss had the time, but he's terribly busy.
The Sugar Shock is a reprint. Is Dr. Horrible new material? Yeah,
Dr. Horrible's new material. And Sugar Shock is technically a reprint. Star Wars Purge? No, not Purge. Invasion is also printing stuff that was previously available for free online, but again with some bonus material to fill out a one-shot. So those two are presenting material people have seen before, but all the other one-shots are brand new material.
Okay. I noticed among the roster there's 2 newer artists that are coming up. There's Joelle Jones for Dr. Horrible, and then Patrick Reynolds for Abe Sapien. Do you want to talk about them?
Yeah, Patrick was someone that Duncan introduced me to. Patrick's a student at Savannah College of Art and Design, or he was rather, and he sent some samples to Duncan Fagredo, the artist on Hellboy, and Duncan loved the stuff and sent it to me, and I loved it, and so I've done a few things with Patrick now. He did a short story on MySpace Dark Horse Presents as one of our new artist discoveries, and I loved what he did there. So then he did a short story that will be appearing in Hellboy Wild Hunt #7, which I believe is the same month as his Abe Sapien one-shot comes out. But Patrick's a guy who I plan on doing a lot more work with. He's doing a great job on this Abe one-shot. And then Joelle Jones has done a lot of work for other publishers, for like she's done work for other publishers, and I've been a fan of hers for a while. She's a local artist. And Sierra Hahn, the editor on Dr. Horrible, was a fan of Joelle's stuff and asked to bring her on for this one. So she's somebody else that we want to do a lot more with.
Well, if you do this again, do you have any other one-shots in mind?
If we do it again, one thing, I like the program of One Shot Wonders. If we do it again, one thing I'd like to do is launch a new series. You know, technically Dr. Horrible and Sugar Shock, it's the first time that they're in print as their own comics, but I'd like to do some things, you know, brand new titles that you've never seen before as comics. If we do it again, that will hopefully be part of it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for meeting with us.
Thanks.
And all these one-shot wonders will be available on tfaw.com. We actually have a special page. It's tfaw.com/one-shot-wonders. So look for them. There's also a big image on the homepage, so it makes it easy to find.
By Travis Charest, featuring all the characters from the one-shots.
Did I cut you off?
What?
Did I
No.
cut-
Did you? I don't think so. I think we're okay.
Okay, good.